Hi, I'm Laura Geis. Welcome back to the God Success Secrets video series. This is week 4, and our success secret for this week says, forget the past. Well, I've had an interesting week this week. I received an email earlier in the week from a small Christian high school near my house. 3 of my children attend school there, and they were asking for substitute teachers. A lot of their teachers were going through technology training and couldn't be in the classroom, so they needed some people to fill in for those teachers. And I decided that I could, spend a couple days helping out. So I called the school and asked what kind of information they would need from me, and I have a substitute teacher's license, so that wasn't a problem, and I pulled together my diplomas, and the final thing that they wanted was a background check. Well, luckily, I had been on a field trip with the orchestra earlier in the year, and I already had my background check. So I was an English teacher for most of the week this week. But I thought it was very interesting that anytime you're in a classroom or in a school situation where you're going to be working with kids, the school is interested in what is your past. They want that background check, and they want you checked out thoroughly. Well, this week's success secret says, forget the past. God is not interested in your past. And why not? He already knows all about your past. You don't need to go through it all with him. If you've asked him to forgive you for things in your past, you can forget about it because he has. Remember the woman at the well? Jesus met her and he told her everything she had done in the past. He wasn't surprised by it. And yet he spent some time talking with her, telling her about himself. He was interested in her future, not in her past. And God is interested in your future, not your past. But if you're going to have this new life that you want to create and these new goals that you've set out for yourself, you're going to have to get rid of some old excuses. Our verse this week says, forget the former things, do not dwell in the past. And that's from Isaiah 43:18. So how do we get rid of these old excuses so that God can do new things in our lives? Well, one really simple way that you can do this is to strike 2 words from your vocabulary. And the 2 words are always and never, because those are 2 words that we use a lot when we're making excuses for things that have happened in the past and expecting them to go on into our future. Let me give you some examples to show you what I mean. I always spend too much. I'll never get out of debt. I've always been messy. I'll never have a clean house. My husband always ignores me. He never talks to me. Well, I want to encourage you to strike that always and never talk out of your vocabulary, because with God, anything is possible, and those always and nevers don't exist anymore. So what I want you to do today with your journal, and if you don't have a journal, just log on to www.godsuccesssecrets.com. You can download a free journal. You'll turn to week 4. I want you to write out the success secret for the week, which is forget the past. And then I want you to think about that goal that you set for yourself at the beginning of this series, that one thing that you really want to try to accomplish in the next 40 weeks. And I want you to write down all the excuses that you've made about why this thing can't happen. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough experience. Whatever your excuses are, I want you to list all of those down the left side of that journal. And then I want you to draw a great big X through all of that, because that is the past, and we are forgetting about the past this week. And I want you to concentrate on your future. What does your future look like? And I want you to write it in bold, capital letters. Whatever your goal is, I want you to write, getting out of debt is possible for me. Having a happy marriage is possible for me. Losing weight is possible for me. Getting along with my teenagers is possible for me. Having a clean house is possible for me. Whatever your goal is, I want you to write it out boldly that that goal is possible for you. because you need to believe that it's possible before it can happen. So forget all the excuses. Get out your journal, get to work, write that thing down, tell yourself that it's possible, and I will see you next week with God's Success Secret number 5.